V/H/S/2000 movie pitch. Wraparound segment, Old to New, Part 1. The guy hired by an agency to put old films from different time period into digital media, but the agency is run by a satanic cult. Is the reason why people who watch these videos are possessed and insane. Segment 1. Set in the 1940s, been Toon in hell. A guy brought a pen in an old antique shop for his animation project only to find out the pen is cursed. He gets sucked into the cartoon world while fighting demonic creatures. After surviving and getting back into the real world, but the cursed pen lifting up and stabbed the men, turning him into ink and sucked into the pen. Segment 2. Set in the 1950s, yes, Master the Final Kin. About a haunted house set in the 1800s with slaves that have been abused by their masters. Now those ghosts have been haunted the place. In 1952, a reporter is going in with his camera to try and report about this haunted case. But you find out the reporter is a blood relative of the slave master that owned that house. Now the ghost of the slaves wants their revenge of the past, as the reporter becomes a chained slave and his picture images in the painting. Segment 3. Set in the 1960s, it's in the woods. A bunch of campers of two young adult couples enjoy the camping life in the forest until they witness a crash UFO. Come across a Bigfoot-like creature as the campers fight to survive until the last one is standing. But then after defeating the monster, he becomes what he is defeated, turning him to that creature. Segment 4. Set in the mid-1970s, My Pet Rock. A nerdy student is working on a school science project of study of rocks. He walking to the desert of, and stumble an odd-looking rock, bringing the rock home. He started to notice the rock is moving and building a small city in the aquarium of its desert terrain. The week the student brought his science project to the science fair to showcase. While presented it to his teacher and classmates, the rock formed into a life of its own, turned into a rock monster. The rock started to kill people. Until the nerdy student started to laugh, a boulder fell over his head, and the rock rolled back to its home, passing the sign that says Area 51. Segment 5. Set in the late 1970s, Studio 66. A young teenage girl and her friends have sneaked into a popular disco club enjoying dancing and drinking, but this dance club is not your ordinary place. Is a place run by the rich and powerful that traps people to feed the staff, who are demons that will feast on their flesh and souls. The dance club is portal of hell that opens on a certain night of the devil's moon until sun comes up. Can these partygoers survive the night? As few survivors was able to battle the demons, their head to the door, but is too late as the survivors got stuck into the pits of hell. Wraparound segment, Old to New, Part 2. As the man who had been hired as the editor completed the films to be put in digital format, the agency of devil worshippers have sacrificed the editor, and his blood will be used in the films to their dark lord, and this old footage, and now new, will be new cursed to people who watches these films, to cause chaos and destructions to the world around them.